Hello. Hello, and welcome to another linguistica class. My name is Allison, and I'll be teaching today. So today we are doing a reading class and discussion class to kind of hone in on our speaking and reading reading comprehension skills. So today we are talking about one of my favorite topics, introversion and extroversion, and what that means. So this has to do with the characteristics of our personality. We will talk about what is introversion, what is extroversion. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Or maybe a combination of both. Well, we'll find out in today's class after reading a lot about the two. I'm going to wait for a couple more students to show up, but while I do, I'll share my PowerPoint with you, and we'll get started in about 5 minutes. Oh, hi, Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hi, teacher. Sorry, it was loading.
That's okay. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Very well, thank you. How did you sleep?
Like a rock.
Good, good. Okay, well, welcome back for another linguistical class. Today we are doing a reading class and speaking class on introversion and extroversion. Have you heard these words before?
Yes. We have similar words in Portuguese.
Oh,
Intro, introversion is something that comes from inside,
mhm.
right?
Yes.
And people who are introverted are shy,
Mm-hmm.
and extroverted are things that come from outside, and people who are extroverted are talkative, outgoing.
Good, excellent. Extroversion is singular though, so instead of extroversion are, we say extroversion. What's
Is
Good, thank you. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you're exactly right. Introversion has to do with inside ourselves, and extroversion has to do with outside ourselves. Good. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Let me share my PowerPoint with you, and we'll get started. Tell me when you can see it.
I can see.
Okay, perfect. So I picked this picture. Because it kind of has a good, uh, you know, 5 explanations of or characteristics of being an introvert and 5 characteristics of being an extrovert, with statements using I like, I can, I don't. Okay, so on the left side we have an introvert, and on the right side we have an extrovert. Could you please read the characteristics of an introvert according to this picture?
Okay. Introverts and extroverts. Let's stay in. I like to think things through before speaking or acting. I don't like small talk. I communicate better in writing than in person. I don't like sudden changes. I like to spend time alone or with people I am comfortable with.
Good. Yeah. So the introversion has to do with internal, anything inside our bodies. So she likes to think things through instead of acting right away, right? Um, and she likes to communicate things through writing instead of in person. Good. Now, what does an extrovert think? Could you please read?
Yes,
Thank you.
let's go out. I like to act or speak first before thinking. I can easily talk to anyone. I like to be around a lot of people. I seek adventure. I like to keep myself busy or else I get bored easily.
Good. Excellent. Could you read the last one more time?
Sure. I like to keep myself busy or else I can get bored easily.
Good, excellent. Yeah. Um, Perfect pronunciation. Yeah, so an extrovert, I mean, I think it kind of says it all just in their little things above their head. Introvert wants to stay in, and an extrovert wants to go out, right? So, which one, an introvert or an extrovert, seeks more social interaction?
The extrovert.
Excellent. Yeah, so they like to be the life of the party, and they'd rather hang out in a huge crowd than be alone or be with a small group, right? What does an introvert prefer?
Stay home
Yeah, stay home alone or
or with people she's comfortable with.
good. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so in this case, we have a she, but it could be a she or a he. Excellent. All right, so this is what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get started. So it's just you today, so you're going to be practicing a lot of reading. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay, you're always up for the challenge, so I'm glad you're here. All right, so what's an introvert? An introvert is, Anna, please read.
A person who shows introversion.
Good.
Introversion is the state of or tendency towards being wholly or predominantly concerned with and interested in one's own mental life.
Perfect.
Introverts
Mhm.
are typically more reserved or reflective.
Anna, wow, I put some difficult words in there. Excellent pronunciation. Perfect. So yeah, great reading. This is what an introvert is, right? More reserved, reflective instead of outgoing and loud and talkative. Okay, so this is with the self. The introvert is more concerned with their mental life and their social life. Okay. All right, let's continue. All right, what's an extrovert? An extrovert is, Anna, please read.
A person who demonstrates extroversion. Extroversion is the active state or habit of being predominantly concerned with obtaining gratification from what is outside the self. Extroverts tend to enjoy human interactions and to be enthusiastic, talkative, assertive, and gregarious.
Good, excellent. What is gregarious?
I don't know.
Um, so gregarious actually means friendly
All right.
or
Is it
sociable, friendly with, by
is
being.
it a common word?
It's one word, gregarious.
But it's common,
Yes, it's very common.
gregarious.
Hmm.
All
But
right.
many people tend to use friendly or sociable instead.
Okay, thank you.
But gregarious, if you use that to describe someone, it would be perfectly fine. It is still used normally in talking, not just in writing.
Okay.
Good, excellent. What is assertive?
Ah, people who knows how to say something uh, without hurting other people's feelings,
Yeah,
Uh, they
excellent.
know how to criticize someone, but without do it harshly, and they get what they want to get because they know how to require things.
Yeah, excellent. So I usually describe this as um, confidence without aggression. So this is kind of getting what you want or showing or expressing your opinion without being too powerful. It's just right, like you said. Good. So I actually have a definition down here. If you don't mind reading this, I'll put it up here. Oh, say that again. Oh, I don't know why it won't. Oh, there we go. Do you mind reading this definition?
Assertive, having or showing a confident and forceful personality. Confidence without aggression.
Good. Yeah. So, like you said, I liked your example of being able to give criticism without being mean or too forceful or too aggressive. So yeah, that's excellent. Perfect. Being assertive is a good thing. Okay. Questions on this before we move on?
No, thank you.
Okay, good. Excellent job reading. We are flying through this. Okay, so what's the difference? How do we remember? Please read.
How to remember the difference? Just remember, introvert is internal and extrovert is external, outside environment.
Good. So we can look at it right in the prefix right there. In or intro, inter, right? This is inside. Extro, exter. This is outside, external. That's how I remember it, at least. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent. Let's keep going. Right. Okay. Well, before we read this, Anna, what do you think? Why are we learning about this today? Why is introversion and extroversion even important? Is it just because it's an interesting topic, or do you think there's something more to that?
Definitely there is something more to that. Because people are different and it's good. It's great that we can have diversity. Some people are are better in writing, in being thoughtful, and some people are good at giving speeches, being a social butterfly, you know. And it is great because the world would be dull if everyone was the same.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely would not be as fun. Yeah, you're exactly right. So it's important to know this for many types of jobs, or especially for teaching, or any job that you're working with other people, right? Um, it's important to kind of think what type of personality this person has that you are dealing with, right? Um,
Right.
so for teaching, for example, if I know that my student is an introvert, I they might not participate as much as the other students, right? So maybe, I change the lesson plan so that a student will talk a little bit more or have a chance to work in a group instead of be put on the spot in the whole class, right? So kind of making sure that each student is comfortable with their learning style and their personality. But I have another, I think the most important reason that we need to learn this today in English class. Let me share my PowerPoint with you to show you this. Okay, please read this slide.
All right. Knowing the difference between an introvert and extrovert may be important in interviews. Some companies might want to know if your personality fits into the workplace. So a question on introverts extroverts might come up.
Excellent. Yeah. So, not just in teaching, not just in your job, but when you're trying to get a job or you're interviewing someone for a job. I had a couple interviews last week, and they asked me this question. describe your personality and how you interact in groups, for example. And this is a great way to explain that you are an introvert and, making sure that they understand that you're a great listener and that you work better in small groups. Or maybe you're an extrovert. You love being the leader, you love being the center of attention, and you work better alone, or you work better in a crowd, right? So these are important characteristics to know about yourself and important words to know for an interview or if you're interviewing somebody else. Okay?
Yes, I agree. Edison, what kind of job did you apply for?
Oh, I was applying for a bunch of different jobs. They were all different. But it's a
Are,
common question in many interviews.
are you thinking about giving up teaching English?
No, not at all. So because Linguistico is only part-time, I don't teach from 9 to 5 every day. I only teach about an hour or 5 hours a week. I can still do it even with a full-time job. So no, definitely not leaving Linguistico anytime soon.
Okay, so in this case, I hope that you get the job.
Thank you, Anna. Very sweet. Thank you. No, I would love to stay with Linguistico and have a job, have another full-time job. So don't you worry. I'm here to stay.
All right, great. I'm glad to hear.
Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so I mentioned this before, but to practice our reading and pronunciation skills, please, Anna, continue.
Okay, it's also very important in teaching, as understanding students better can make learning for them a lot more motivating and welcoming. If you're a student, understanding your own personality will help you organize your time better and push yourself to new boundaries. If you are an employee or manager, being familiar with different types of personalities can help you improve your relationships.
Good, excellent. Yeah, just make sure pronunciation. Don't forget to say those plurals, right? What is this word?
Boundaries,
Up with this. One more time.
boundaries,
Good. Yeah, so really pronounce that S. Also with this word.
relationships.
Good. Yeah. So really pronounce that S. Excellent. Yeah. So this explains what I said before, but it also takes the perspective of the student, right? It's not just better for the teacher to know this. It's good for yourself. It's good for the studier to understand their personality, so that they can surround themselves with people if they thrive in that environment, or to be alone in the library, right? Studying. Maybe that's better for their personality or for their classes, right? This is good for a manager, like a boss, or an employee, right? The worker and the boss, okay? So both sides need to be familiar with this type of information, okay?
Okay.
Excellent reading. Questions before we move on to the next slide? We are flying right through this.
Just to double check,
Mm-hmm.
does boundaries mean limits?
Yes, excellent. Yep, your
Okay,
limits.
all right.
So when it says to push yourself to new boundaries, this means to, achieve even more than you did last time. So go past your limits.
Okay.
Good. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so I liked this because they're saying the same thing, but their reactions are different. Will you please read this comic?
Okay. The difference. Um, but it's not below the right word, teacher.
Oh, no, it is. We'll talk about it in
Oh yes. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Extrovert. I am staying tonight. Introvert. I'm staying tonight.
Yeah, excellent acting. Very good. So I thought that you would read that normally, the same with both. I'm so glad that you were able to show the difference in the voice, even though the introvert and extrovert were saying the same words, right? So we see it in their faces and we see it in the exclamation points, right? What is the difference? They're saying the same thing. I don't get it. What's the difference?
Uh, the extrovert guy is down in the dumps because he is unable to hang out, to go outside, to do something fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the introverted one is very happy as a clam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, good expression. Happy as a clam. Exactly. Why is he happy?
Because he would have some time to stay alone, to
Mm-hmm.
write something, to show a movie or something like that.
Excellent. Yeah. So I think this kind of gets ingrained in our brains when we see, at least for me, when we see a picture. So this kind of sums it up perfectly, right? Someone sad about staying in because they want to go out, extrovert out, and introvert in. They are happy about staying in. Woohoo, I don't have to talk to anybody. I can be alone tonight and I can, just think to myself. Yeah, so that, that shows the difference. But let me ask you, Anna, do you think people are completely one or the other, or do you think people are
No,
usually a mix of both?
in my opinion, people are a mix of both. For example, if I go to a party, I talk to everyone. I socialize. I enjoy making small talks,
Hmm.
and I am very talkative. But I appreciate the time that I stay home. I lay down on the hammock. I daydream. I write. You know,
Good, good.
I enjoy both. I I cannot classify myself neither as an extrovert person nor an introvert person because I am a both and I work with people. I have a good relationship with my patients. I talk a lot and I listen to them. They rely on me, you know.
Good. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think usually people have usually have people have characteristics of both introverts and extroverts, right? I normally we don't see people who are solely introverts or solely extroverts, but it is possible. There are
Yes,
people that are
Alison.
like that.
And sometimes I'm not willing to go anywhere. But then when I go, I start having fun and talk to everybody,
Mm-hmm, definitely. So I usually describe myself as an outgoing introvert, which is pretty funny because introverts usually aren't that outgoing. So I think my core is an introvert. I like to, you know, uh, listen more than I like to talk, and I like to, think about what I say and be alone sometimes. But I also love being outgoing. But I'm never, the person on stage, the leader saying all the things for a presentation, for example. I like to do things as a group. So I usually describe myself as an outgoing introvert, even though those two things sound contradictory. Um, and that's because I like to say that I'm a mix of the two. Yeah. So
Okay,
what do you
I
think you are?
I am the opposite. because I'm not as willing as you to go out, but when I go out, you know, I start to talk to everyone. I enjoy talking a lot. I enjoy to be surrounded by people, to bring up a new subject, you know, to make people talk, to socialize and stuff.
Good.
And when I see someone I know, I call this person, you know, on the street to say hi, to make a small talk.
Good, good, excellent. One correction. Um,
The article.
no, you said earlier, small talks. I like to make small talks with everyone. Normally, I don't know why, but normally, small talk is never plural. So we just
All
leave
right.
it as small talk without the S.
Thank you.
So, for example, I make small talk with everyone.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah. So, very good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's keep going with the PowerPoint. Any questions before we move on?
No questions so far.
Okay. Excellent acting job on this comic strip. Let's move to the next one. Oops. Okay. I have another picture here. I thought, I know sometimes people learn better and remember better with pictures, so I put a few on here. Could you please read this one?
Okay, another. The extrovert. The extrovert. I now want to hang out with this weekend. Is he sad or
What does his face
angry?
look like?
Angry.
Yeah, he looks a little angry or a little like scared or upset, right? He kind of looks
Okay,
frazzled. His hands up.
no one. Okay, so let me try again.
Okay.
No one to hang out with this weekend.
Perfect. Yeah, excellent.
The introvert. Weekend. I can catch up on my reading.
Good. Yeah, perfect. He's just relaxing and loves the fact that he is going to be by himself. And the bottom?
Introverts are absolutely comfortable being alone.
Good, right? So this kind of shows the physical comfort, but it also means like mentally comfortable with being alone, not seeing anyone, just reading, not being too social. And the extrovert is, oh my God, no, I don't want to stay in. Okay, so this is another example of showing that type of personality, right? We kind of have the scared or upset to kind of be by themselves, and then the introvert, perfectly happy. All right, let's continue. We're doing a lot of reading today. And you're doing a great job, so keep up the great work. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so I want you to tell me if this is an introvert or an extrovert. Okay, based on
Okay,
these descriptions. So please read them all the way through and then we'll talk about it.
okay. Take pleasure in solitary activities such as reading, writing, using computers, hiking, and fishing. Should
Good.
I answer now or carry on
No, just
reading?
just carry on, please.
Okay. Are energized and
Try
are
that word one more time.
okay.
This one.
Are energized.
Good. Yeah, remember that ed kind of just sounds like a t. So it's
Okay.
one syllable.
Are energized
Good.
and um still help me out.
Thrive.
Thrive. Okay. Are energized and thrive of being around other people. Likely to enjoy time spent alone and find less reward in time spent with large groups of people, though he or she may enjoy interactions with close friends.
Oh, good self-correction on that plural. Excellent. Continue.
Take pleasure in activities that involve large social gatherings
Good.
such as parties, community activities, public demonstrations, and business or political groups.
Good. Okay, so um the first one.
Introvert,
Good. Excellent. Yeah. What does solitary mean?
alone,
Excellent. Yeah, one word, alone. It just means being by yourself. Good. Um so this you're absolutely right, introvert, right? Takes
right.
pleasure in doing these kind of alone activities. Good. And will you please read the second one more time? We'll just practice pronunciation again.
Are energized and thrive off being around other people.
Good. So make sure we pronounce both these words. One more time.
Are energized and thrive off being around other people.
Good. Yeah. So that's off of. Good. Excellent. And who is this? An introvert or an extrovert?
Extrovert.
Good. Why?
Uh, because this person enjoy being surrounded by people.
Good. Excellent. Yeah. Things externally. Extrovert. External, right? Outside the body, other people, social. Good. All right. And the next one.
Before, could you clarify what does thrive off mean?
Oh, good. Yeah. This means they do best in a situation with. So for example, I thrive in a team environment. So this means I do really well in a team environment.
Okay.
Good. Um, okay, the next one. Likely to enjoy time spent alone.
Introvert.
Good. Why is this introvert?
Um, because because this person enjoy spending time alone, and this person doesn't think it is rewarding to stay with large group of people.
Good. Excellent. So remember, introversion inside of us, right? Internal. Good. All right. And the last one.
Extroverted.
Yeah, large groups, right? That would be an introvert's nightmare, right? They'd be so not happy about being in a social gathering or a big community activity, right? They like to be alone. So you're absolutely right. This is external. Okay. So let's look at each one again. So the first one, maybe all of them you think you identify with. For me, I think I like the first one, so that would make me an introvert. But I also love the last one. I love activities in large groups and parties and communities, um, businesses, public demonstrations. I love that. So I kind of have that introvert, extrovert personality. What about you? Do you take pleasure in solitary activities, such as the ones
Yes,
listed above?
yes, I am the same because I love snorkeling. It's a very solitary activity, just me and the ocean and the
Yeah.
fish. I like uh, riding my bike alone, you know, and
Hmm.
daydream. I love writing, but when I go out to a party or something like that, I feel happy there. I
Yeah,
enjoy.
exactly. Yeah, I feel the same exact way. right? We still thrive in big environments, but we also thrive in solitary activities, right? And that's okay. You can be a little bit of both. All right. Excellent reading. Let's keep going. Okay, so I have a bunch of different tendencies here. Will you please read the heading?
Okay. Rearrange, rearrange, rearrange the following tendencies under the headings introverts and extroverts.
Good.
Should
So, oh,
I read or rearrange?
so first we're going to read them all just to practice pronunciation, if that's okay with you, and then we will rearrange. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Are talkative, are shy, like being alone, are bored when alone, feel stressed with others, feel comfortable with others. Say hello first, wait till somebody says hello, enjoy working with others, feel energetic when talking to strangers, express themselves when angry, feel stressed when talking to strangers, start conversations with strangers, are outgoing, are quiet, like going to parties, are silent when angry, have many friends, enjoy walking alone.
Excellent. Could you please read this one more time?
Wait till somebody says hello.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, so make sure that this A is actually says, not says.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good. So we have says. It's sort of it's an A, but it sounds like an E, says. And also the YS, I'll put the pronunciation on the in the chat. It sort of sounds like that. Instead of says, we say says. Could you try it one more time?
Sure. Says, says. Wait till somebody says hello.
Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so let's put these, let's rearrange these. So we have some similar ones. Let's start with the first one. Is it introverts or extroverts that are talkative?
Extrovert.
Good. Yeah, so I'm going to put this in bold. Good. And what about the next one?
Introvert.
Good. Yeah, so I'll leave that normal. Good. All right, the next one?
Introvert.
Good. Yeah, internal. These people like being by themselves. Introverts. Good. Next one?
Int- Extrovert.
Good. Yeah, they don't want to be alone. They want to be at the party, right? So they're bored when they're alone. Good.
Introvert.
Yeah, it's a little stressful being around that many people for an introvert, right? Since they enjoy being alone and like thinking more than talking. What about the next one?
Extrovert.
Good. Yeah, so this is kind of where I change. I love those type of activities you do alone. I'm never bored by myself, but I feel comfortable with others too. I think you agreed, right? You feel the same way?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So who says hello first, introverts or extroverts?
Extrovert.
Yeah. Why?
Because they 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 take an attitude to they start a conversation. They are
Good.
not shy.
Excellent. Yeah. That's the um I'll use that vocabulary word again, but extroverts thrive off of social interaction, or they do really well with social interaction, right? This is the perfect place for them. So they're ready to make conversation with a stranger or with someone they've met a million times before, right? They're comfortable around all types of people. So they say hello first. What about the next one?
Introvert.
Yeah, they wait, right? They're definitely not the first ones to introduce themselves or say hello at a party, right? They like to be alone. Okay, next.
Um, Extrovert.
Yeah, they thrive off of working with others. Good. And the next one?
Extrovert.
Yeah, same thing. They like talking to new people or old people, right? Strangers. Okay, keep going.
Extrovert.
Yeah, we have extrovert again, right? They don't keep it all inside them and think about it to themselves. What do? They express it. They show their anger and emotions and passions outside of themselves.
I do it a lot.
Yeah, they're very vocal and about being emotional, and that's more of an extrovert than an introvert. Good. Yeah, so you have that mix too. All right, what about the next one?
Introvert.
Yeah, right. They are not excited when talking to new people. They feel a little bit nervous or a little bit stressful, right? Because they're more internal. Good. And the next one?
Extrovert.
Yeah. There we go again, right? Those extroverts, they like talking to new people and they make new friends very easily. Good. The next one?
Extrovert.
Yeah. So that's why I say I'm an outgoing introvert, right? I like to listen more than I like to talk, but I'm still outgoing and I like to be social. No, I like that mix.
Okay.
And the next one.
Are quiet introverts.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely introverts. If introverts are quiet, what are extroverts?
Um, Energetic.
Yeah, good. They're energetic and talkative. All right. What about this one?
Extroverts.
Good. Yeah, they like going to those social gatherings no matter what kind of party it is. All right. Next one.
Um, Introverts.
Good. I know I'm putting this all on you, Anna, because you're the only one in class, but you're doing a fantastic job. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Um, yeah. So this kind of looks like, where did we see it? This one. Very similar, right? Express themselves when angry. This is an extrovert. But this one, they keep to themselves or are silent when angry, right? They keep their emotions to themselves because they like to be internal with their emotions, right? So this is an introvert. Excellent. All
Okay.
right. What about this one?
Extrovert and the last one. Introvert.
Good. Yeah. So extrovert, right? They're the life of the party. They have many friends. Introverts can have many friends too, right? They just uh, aren't as vocal or aren't as social with them. But
Teacher.
yes, this refers
Uh,
to extrovert. Uh-huh.
Edison.
Yeah.
There are some people who are extroverts, but they are silent when angry. Uh, because they keep their emotions in check. They wait to this feeling uh, this feeling go goes away, to work on it.
Yeah.
But means that it doesn't mean that they are introverts.
Yeah. Excellent. I agree. Um, I And sometimes maybe you like to express yourself when you're angry, and then other times you're silent, right? You could be both, and that's totally acceptable, right? And many people are. Many people change, or many people kind of fluctuate between both groups. So yeah, these are definitely not exclusive, but the tendency is for either an introvert or an extrovert, right? It's usually a tendency of an introvert to be quiet, but it's not always true. You could have an introvert that isn't quiet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Um, And you said the last one, enjoy working alone. What did you say?
I said introvert.
Yeah, excellent. Yep, they thrive off of that internal thinking and environment. Good. Okay. So, Anna, let's practice that vocabulary word thrive off of. Could you try to use that in a sentence?
Um, okay. Oh my gosh.
Take your
And
time.
when I have someone to motivate me, I I thrived off working out better.
Yeah, excellent. Great example. Yeah, I thrive off of working out, right? This is a type of environment that you do really well in. Good, yeah. We can also use the word thrive alone, right? We don't need off of. We can say, uh, I thrive in a big group. This just means
Oh,
I do well in a big group,
okay.
or I'm prosperous in a big group. Good. But we can also do thrive off of and then a noun, like a working out environment or the action of working out, or I thrive off of, I don't know, being with my friends, right? Any type of noun.
Should I use a subject after thrived or no? Uh, uh, for example, people thrive at their jobs in a conducive environment.
Uh, could you type that and say that again? People thrive. What was that?
Their jobs
Yeah, so this you would say thrive in their jobs.
in their jobs in
Mm-hmm.
a conducive environment.
Good, good, excellent. Yep. So they thrive or do well in their jobs.
Okay,
You could also say they thrive at, so at a certain place, at their job.
all right.
Good. Um, but not thrive on. We usually say thrive in or thrive off of.
Thank you.
Good. Excellent. Okay. All right, let's continue. Okay, so I also like this picture because it's another picture to remind us what each one is. Um, but we also have some keywords here. So let's talk about those. So these are keywords associated with each preference. So either being an extrovert, that big E on the left, or an introvert, that big I in the face on the right. So let's read the word on the left and then followed by the word on the right. Then the word on the left, then the word on the right. Okay? Go
Okay.
ahead and start with active.
Active, reflective, hearty, quiet,
Good.
variety, focus, outer world, inner world, expressive, measured, speak as they think then speak, social, solitude, solitude.
Good. Um, Excellent pronunciation.
Can
So,
you can can you hear me okay?
yeah, excellent. Do you have a question?
And no, I cannot hear you well.
Oh,
Uh,
uh-oh.
I will change my mode and I will log out and log in again.
Oh,
Okay?
okay. Okay. Um, just let me know when you can hear me okay.
Yes, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I, I thought when if I changed my modem, I would get disconnected, but it didn't happen.
Oh, good. Okay, and you can hear me okay now, or is it still soft?
It's better now.
Oh, good. Okay. Um, okay, thank you for telling me. Definitely want you to be able to hear what I'm saying. So good. Let me know if it fades, my voice fades again, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So what is we have active and reflective. What is reflective?
Reflective is someone who thinks a lot. You know.
Yeah, excellent. Exactly right, right? It's someone who reflects, right? Thinks about things to themselves, right? Good. An active person might think things aloud, or they might think things to someone else in a group and express it that way. Good. Um,
Uh,
then we have hearty and quiet. So I know you know what quiet means. What does hearty mean?
um, it's something related to your heart. Um, but I didn't know it was related to someone who is extrovert. I thought it means someone who who is um, amiable.
Mm-hmm. Amiable?
Amiable. Yes, sorry about my pronunciation.
It's okay. Yes, it could be someone who is friendly, but it's more so someone who is kind of enthusiastic, right? So has that loud personality and is very cheerful. So I usually imagine someone with a hearty laugh, like smiling really big and just really happy and loud and jovial and kind of very animated, right? So very lively. So this is someone who is hearty, right? Very, very happy and loud.
Okay.
Good. Okay, then we have variety, focus, outer, inner, expressive, measured. And then I really like this one, speak as they think, and then think, then speak, right? So they're doing the same things, just in a different order. So an extrovert just says whatever on their mind, right? They're passionate, they love to just express it. And an introvert thinks everything through before they say it, right? So there's pros and cons to both. So that's why sometimes having that middle, kind of being in that middle between the red and the blue is kind of a great spot to be, because you have qualities of both. You're well balanced. So it sounds like, Anna, you speak as you think, but you also think then speak. So you have that good balance of just the perfect amount of extrovert and the perfect amount of introvert. So that's excellent. Um, then the last one, we have social, right? We know what that means, being around a lot of people. And remind me, what is solitude?
Teacher, I was thinking that you could explain to me because I'm not sure.
Yeah, good. So remember that word that we had before, solitary?
Yes.
Yeah, so that has to do with being alone. This is the same thing. This is just the noun form. So solitude just means kind of the state of being alone.
All right.
Good. Yeah. So solitude and solitary are very, very similar. And
Okay.
why is this? Who is this under? Extrovert or introvert?
Solitude.
Yes.
Introvert. Introvert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's easy, right? They love to be alone. They love to think. They love to think by themselves, and they love to kind of just focus on their own mental state as opposed to talking to others. Good. So I actually have this is just for you. We don't have time to do it today. I think it's pretty long, but I found an interesting introvert extrovert test online. So if you want to do that on your own, you are more than welcome to. There are a bunch of tests. There are a bunch of tests online that kind of test like which personality are you, and they're pretty easy to answer, right? Because we know ourselves pretty well. We know what we like and what kind of situations we thrive in, and why and which one we usually are. But this one kind of has a lot of questions to kind of find out maybe which one we are. So are we more introverted or extrovert, or are we a combination of the both? So and I really enjoy the magazine Psychology Today. So you might find some cool other links that might interest you, that you could definitely bring up in the next class. But that's all I have for today. Anna, great job. Do you have any questions about what we talked about today?
No, I don't have any questions. Could you share the link
Oh,
in
in the chat?
in the chat?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I will take a look.
Oh, yeah.
Thank, thank you, Alison.
Thank you, Anna. Thanks for coming last night and today. It was great to have you. I'm so glad. I would have been all alone today. So thank you for joining me. And have a good rest of your weekend in Brazil, okay?
Okay, you too. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.